Om Vakratunda Mahakaya Koti Surya Samaprabha Nirvignam Kuru Me Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambham Karishyami Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada Vagarthaviva Sampraktau Vagartha Pratipattaye Jagatah Pitaro Vande Parvati Parameshwarau Yenakshara Samamnayam अधिगम्य महेश्वरात् कृत्स्नं व्याकरणं प्रोक्तं तस्मै पाणिनये नमः वाक्यकारं वररुचिं भाष्यकारं पतञ्जलिं पाणिनिं सूत्रकारं च प्रणतोऽस्मि मुनित्रयम्. Okay, so what did we see last time? We saw some important sutras on causing vṛddhi. Okay, so what are the sutras we saw? Let me share the screen. Okay, then okay. So we saw these sutras last time. Mrijer vṛddhi, which is only for one dhatu, so I did not dwell on it, not necessary for us. Then we saw the sutra achonyati. What is the sutra number? 72115. Why sutra number is important? Because you can then guess, or you can know in which section it belongs. In which important section. Section means I mean adhikara here. What is adhikara? A topic which has a range it covers. What is an important adhikara here? Angasya. Angasya adhikara. Where is Angasya adhikara? It begins at 641. Angasya. See this Angasya? This Angasya goes from 641 up to the end of 74. So 5 padas. Okay. So all actions that are done to an anga will be in this section. What is an anga? An anga is that which is always defined in terms of pratyaya. An anga is that which begins with for what a pratyaya is ordained and goes up to the pratyaya. Right? So when we say you take a dhatu, patha dhatu, and say I want to make third person singular in lat lakara, what do? You add tip. Now what is anga for tip? Patha. Now because tip is added, because it is sarvadhatuka pratyaya. What is sarvadhatuka? Tingshit sarvadhatuka. Ting pratyaya, tip is ting. Therefore it is sarvadhatukam. Since the sarvadhatuka pratyaya is there, and tip is added in the sense of karta, kartari. Therefore, kartari shap, one sutra walks in. What does it do? It brings a pratyaya called shap. Where will shap go? Shap goes and sits right next to dhatu. Why? Dhatoho pratyaya parascha. It should always get added immediately after dhatu. Now, what is anga for shap? Pat dhatu. What is anga for tip now? Patha plus shap. Is this clear? Similarly, when you're taking a pratipadika, Rama, you take. To that you add a pratyaya, like Rama plus Now, what is the anga for Rama? No. Go plus su. Go pratipadika. What is anga for go? What is anga for su? Go. Whatever a pratyaya is added to or added after, beginning with that and up to the beginning of the pratyaya we're currently interested in is called what? Anga. Okay? This is all very important that we keep this fresh in our mind. So now this is in the anga adhikara, which means what? The word angasya is going to come as anuvritti. All right. And sometimes, mind you, this case, sixth case, can be modified to fifth case, seventh case, third case. All these are possible. The word anga will be there, but sometimes the case can be modified. This is how anuvritti works for an adhikara. All right. But what do we know? In general, anga operations will all happen in the section between 641 and 74 end. And once you say Ranga operation, which means it can operate for any situation where a pratyaya is added. Where all is pratyaya added? Chapter 3, 4, 5, after dhatu and a pratipadika. So any operations which are done through 3, 4, and 5, if there is an operation to be done on the anga, that can all be included in this 6, 4 to 7, 7, 4. Okay? So this is how the reason why it's placed in this section is because there are operations across. It's not limited to a dhatu, not limited to a pratipadika. It's working on the anga. Okay? Makes sense so far? Okay. So now we are saying achaha niti. What is achaha? Sixth case. Achaha angasya. You apply tadanta vidhi. Paribhasha we've seen. Therefore becomes what? Ajantasya angasya. And what will take vṛddhi adesha? Alontyaha. Final. And what is the final? It is ach itself. Therefore, achahangasya means ajantasya angasya. Antyasya laha will be ach itself. When nit or nit pratyaya follows. Why? Because seventh case. Niti niti pare. What is adesha? Vṛddhi. What is vṛddhi? Vṛddhiradaich. 111. At aich. What is at? Last time we saw. What is that takara do? The takara will restrict it to one matra. Normally meaningful only for short a. So when it say at, it just means long a. Takara can be ignored for all practical purposes. Okay? A. I, au. Ich is I and au. Therefore, this is vṛddhi. So you have to find appropriate vṛddhi and replace. That's all we have to do. This is the sutra. Achonyati. This is the first sutra we saw. Causes the vṛddhi of the final ach. All right. Next sutra we saw was what? Atopadhaya. If you make sandhi, atopadhaya. Ata padhaya. So now what happens here? If upadha means what? Alontyat purvaha upadha. The penultimate is called upadha. And penultimate, if it's a short at, what will happen to it? It will undergo vṛddhi. When will this happen? When nit or nit pratyaya follow the anga. Okay? Then we saw the next sutra was what happened in Tadhita. In Tadhita, instead of final ach, the first ach will take vṛddhi. And this is for jit and nit. And the next sutra extended to kit pratyayas also. This is what we saw. Okay? This is a quick overview of what we've seen. Now we want to look at some examples of how this operates. Okay? That's the purpose now. So, and I will use these opportunities to jog your memory and extend our scope as we go. All right? So now let us see what we can look at. So we saw there is this 10th gaṇa dhatu we have not really looked at very carefully so far. All right? But what happens in a 10th gaṇa dhatus? 10th gaṇa dhatu is beginning with the dhatu chur. Begins with the dhatu chur. So we will now go to 3.1.25. Okay? It has a lot of words. Okay? You ignore all these. You only look at this much. Okay? Churadibhyaha nich. For your all practical purposes, sutra for you is what? Churadibhyaha nich. Okay? Churadibhyaha nich. What is the pratyaya here? You should be able to tell me. Somebody? What's the pratyaya in Churadibhyaha nich? Yes, Harsha.
Nich.
Nich. Good. Why?
1-1.
Correct. It's 1-1. Okay, 1-1. Why 1-1? Anywhere 1-1 will be pratyaya. Vṛddhi H 1-1-1 sutra. Will that also vṛddhi will be called pratyaya or what? So why 1-1? Correct. 1-1 is correct. Answer is correct. Who said 1-1? Sampath? Good. So now I'm asking you, why 1-1 is a pratyaya?
I'm just thinking.
Hmm?
Just thinking, Swamiji, I don't remember.
Okay, anybody else? Yes,
It
Mehta.
it is in pratyayadhikara.
Good. It's in pratyayadhikara. So therefore, in the pratyayadhikara, chapter 3, 4, and 5, whatever is in first case will be a pratyaya. Very good. Excellent. Okay. So now nich is pratyaya, you know. Because churadibhyaha is what case? Churadibhyaha would be what case? Bhyaha. Yes,
Yeah.
Deepti.
5-3.
Good. Why not 4?
4 is you are told is hardly used in Panini
Good.
Sutras.
And more importantly, dhatoho pratyayaha parascha. Paraha means after. When do you use fifth case? When it's something follows. Therefore, it should be fifth case. Correct? So, churadibhyaha nich. This is clear now? Nich is a pratyaya. All right. Nich is a pratyaya. When nich is a pratyaya, you tell me now, what is it letter in nich? Or what are the it letters in nich? Yes, Deepti.
Chakara is it letter because of halantyam it.
Correct?
And nakara because of chutu.
Nakara because of chutu. What is chutu?
Chutu is also sutra for it lettered.
And what is it? What is it defined as it?
Chavarga and Tavarga letters. All
Where?
Chavarga and Tavargas are it letters.
Where?
In a pratyaya.
Anywhere in the pratyaya will be it letter?
No, beginning, at the beginning.
At the beginning of a pratyaya, a chavarga or tavarga letter will be an it letter. Good. That's why we have to remember. Otherwise, you'll be in trouble. Okay? Chutu. Therefore, we know nakara is a it letter and chakara is a letter. What is the content? E.
E.
Content is just E. Now, nakara is it means what kind of pratyaya is it? Nakara it yasmin saha nit pratyaya. Are you with me? Nit pratyaya. What is our sutra for vṛddhi? Where a nit or nit pratyaya follows, vṛddhi will take place to the final ach. Therefore, I'm connecting. All right? Nich pratyaya. So the nich is a nit pratyaya. All right. Now, churadibhyaha nich. So any dhatu beginning with chur will take what? Will take nich pratyaya. In what sense will it take nich pratyaya? Huh?
Swarthe.
Sampath, say if you're saying something, raise your hand, say it. No problem.
There are two instances it is added. One is Hetumati, and one is Swarte. That is
Swarte. Correct. Now, correct. That is correct. All I'm trying to say to you is this. When you add a pratyaya, in general, in the third chapter, right, you could add it in the sense of a karaka. Yeah. If you remember Kridanta a little now, you can add it in the sense of a karaka. You can add it in the sense of karta, karma, karana, adhikarana, apadana, or bhava. Right? So we have seen thing pratyayas can only be added in sense of which two karak, which senses? Thing pratyayas can be added in which senses?
Karta.
Karta or correct?
Kriya.
No. Karta, bhava or third one.
Karmani.
Karmani. Good. You should know this much, okay? This we have seen right in the beginning. Anything pratyaya can only be added in three senses, one of three senses. Kartari, karmani or bhave. All right? And in what sense we add, we'll put in seventh case. Kartari, karmani, bhave. Right? Now, when no specific reason for adding a pratyaya is given, when a pratyaya is just added, here it's not saying in what sense, nothing is being said. In such a situation, the pratyaya is called a swartha pratyaya. What is it called? Swartha pratyaya. Actually, it does not add any meaning to the prakriti. Prakriti is what? That to which you add a pratyaya is called a prakriti. What is the prakriti here? Churadi behind it. Churadi. Any dhatu is a prakriti. And to that dhatu, when you add nich, the nich does not contribute anything to the meaning of the combination. Therefore, the pratyaya nich is added in the same meaning as the prakriti. Swarte. Swasya arthe. Means it's not contributing any change to the meaning. So what will be the meaning of a dhatu plus nich? Same as dhatu artha. Same as dhatu artha. See, if you took pat plus tip, pat dhatu meaning is what? To read. But what is pat plus tip? Third person singular, one who reads. Karta. If you add pat plus te, karmani prayoga, what's pat plus te going to give you? Not pat dhatu anymore. Pat dhatu, the karma of pat dhatu or bhava of pat dhatu. Now if you add pat plus nich, not pat plus churadi, chur plus nich, what will you get? No difference. It will still be a dhatu artha. Is this clear? This is what is called swartha. Can also be added in a different context with pratipadika. A tadhita can be swartha. What's an example which we should know from Vedanta perspective? Namadheyam. That nama plus pratyaya is dheya. That dheya pratyaya is swarthe, which means what? Adds no meaning. Namadheya is equal to what? Nama matram. That's how Bhashyakara will translate. Namadheya means nama matra. So swartha pratyaya can come in any section. Tadhita or kridanta or wherever it comes, okay? What do we know here? It is added swartha, which means what? Dhatu artha is retained. Clear so far? Good. Now we want to decline churadi gana. Chur we want to decline, let us say. So what should I do? Chur plus nich. Blindly do. What will happen when you do chur plus nich? What will happen when you do chur plus nich? Let's understand that. What will happen now? Is there an anga involved?
Yes, chur is the anga.
Is there anga involved or not?
Yes, involved.
Yes. Okay. I've tried to do some notes for you yet, but it's not yet cooked. It's cooking. So let me just play with it in the beginning section for now. Okay. So now you start with chur. Okay. Unfold it. Plus nich. Why do I do this? Because I want to decline chur. And what should I really do? I should start like this. I should start with chur. And I want to do what? I want to add a pratyaya. I want to add really. But in chur, you cannot do this. Before you add nich, you can't do anything. So first thing you have to do is what? Add nich. Then what will you get? You will get a new dhatu. When you add a pratyaya, remember the section from 317 to 3131, they were called what kind of pratyaya? Sanadi pratyayas. What do they do? When added to a dhatu, they create a, added to something, they create a new dhatu. And the sutra is sanadyantaha dhatavaha. 3132, sanadyantaha dhatavaha. So this nich is a sanadi pratyaya. Why do you say so? Because if you go and see here, this is 3125. It is in the range between 317 and 3132. Therefore, this pratyaya nich will be one of the list of pratyayas in that section, sanadi. And when you add a sanadi pratyaya, you will get what? A new dhatu. And that new dhatu can be called what? Sananta dhatu or sanadyanta dhatu. Better. Sanadyanta dhatu. A new dhatu is created. Now, let's come back to what we are looking at. So, we are looking at chur plus nich. Now, you tell me, chur is a dhatu. Is it an anga or not?
Yes.
It is an anga. What is the anga with respect to nich? Nich is a pratyaya. Is the pratyaya nith? Yes. Can it cause vṛddhi or not?
Yes.
Okay. What should it cause vṛddhi to?
Either the last ach.
Is there an ach here?
No.
No. Okay. So that 72115, which can cause an ach to the vṛddhi to final ach, cannot apply here, though it is nith. No scope. Is there a penultimate at?
No.
Yes. No.
Penultimate is what here? Upadha is what?
U.
U. Is there any scope for it to work?
No.
No. That is also gone. So now what is remaining? Is it an ardhatuka or sardhatuka pratyaya?
Ardhadhatuka.
Ardhatuka pratyaya. Why do you say it's ardhatuka?
Not Tingshit.
Because it is not
It's
Tingshit
not.
and it is in the dhatu adhikara. Don't forget. Okay? Not Tingshit. If I take you supratyaya, that won't be. It should be within third chapter. Okay? So chur plus nich. So it's ardhatuka. What can ardhatuka pratyaya do?
Can cause Angaka.
Can cause
Guna.
guna. By what sutra?
Sarvadhatuka. Ardhadhatuka.
Sarvadhatuka ardhadhatukayo. What's the sutra number? Okay. What will it cause guna to? Final ik. It will cause guna to final ik. Is there a ik here? Final letter in dhatu? No. Therefore, sardhatuka ardhatukayo cannot apply. What other sutra causes guna?
Ugalantasya lagu.
Uganta laghupadhasya cha. 7, 3, 86 or 85. Puganta, I told you, forget Puganta. Laghupadasya cha gunaha. What is laghupada? A penultimate which is short. Prasva. Upadha. Therefore, what is the upadha here? U. Is that laghu?
Yes.
Yes. Can it take guna?
Yes.
Yes. By what sutra? Puganta laghupadasya cha. What is the guna for u?
O.
O. Cho. And repha. And what is the content of nich?
Ni.
Am I right?
Yes.
So what did I do? I applied the sutra at 86 or 85? Must be 86, I think.
85, sir.
85?
No,
Okay.
So sorry,
785 will
86.
apply. So you will get
86.
chor plus e. What is that going to be now? Join them. What will you get?
Chor.
Chori. And what is
Swamiji,
it? By the sutra 3132.
Swamiji, it is 7386, I think.
That's what I thought. Someone said 85, so I wrote it. I'm happy with 86. Okay. If there's a number different, don't worry too much about it. What is the sutra? Puganta
Lagu padas.
laghu. Laghu upadha is because of laghu upadha. Okay. Laghu upadhasya cha. Laghu upadhasya cha. Okay. Kim bhavati? Gunaha. You should remember anuvritti. Gunaha. Not junaha. That is my bad typing. It is gunaha. When will it happen? Sarva dhatuka
Attukayo.
ardha dhatuka yoho. Like this, you should remember in your head. Okay. Now you got chori. What is chori now? By the Sutra 3132, sanadyantaha dhatavaha. What does it mean? This combination now gets a name of what? Dhatu. Got a name? Dhatu. What is the meaning of the dhatu? Same as chur in the dhatu patha. No change. Now, what do you want to do? I want third case singular or whatever I want to do now. So now you start with new dhatu. As though this is the dhatu you got. This is the starting point now. Okay? So you start with chori. What do you do now? Now you have to remember everything we learned before, okay? Like we did first gaṇa. What's the first thing you do? Third person singular I want. What will you add? Tip. By 3177 or 78. Always one number problem will come in my head. But 3177 should be right. Okay? Tip, tasji, etc. Whole long thing is there. You know what person and number, so you add chori plus tip. What kind of pratyaya is tip now?
Swamiji, is it 3477?
Oh, correct. You're right. Not one.
78, I think. 3478.
No, lasya should be 77. Let me check. If lasya is 77, then 78 will be right.
78.
Yeah, 78. Correct. So lasya is anuvritti. In the place of lakara, you get tip plus g. Okay. Chori plus tip. Now tip is what? Sarvadhatukam. So you know Tingshit Sarvadhatukam 34112. Tingshit Sarvadhatukam. So what's the use of knowing it's Sarvadhatukam?
No.
What will you do now? What we have to do now is we have to now look when there is a kart and this pratyaya is there in the sense of kartari. Tip is kartari. I want to make a karta of the action of stealing. Third person singular. When I do this, what is the sutra which will come in? Kartari shap. Does it ring a bell somewhere? We have seen all this. What is kartari shap? 3, 1, what? 68? Check.
Yes, Swami.
Kartari shap. What does it mean? When a sarvadhataka pratyaya follows immediately, in the sense of kartari, then the dhatu will get a pratyaya shap. So what will you get now on applying this 3168? You will end up with chori plus shap plus tip. Are you with me? All right. Now, shap is what kind of a pratyaya?
Shit.
Shit pratyaya. What does it mean therefore?
Sarvadhatuka.
It is a sarvadhatuka. Tingshit sarvadhatukam. Anything pratyaya or shit pratyaya is sarvadhatuka. Therefore, it will get sarvadhatuka sangya. So what will happen now? What can sarvadhatuka pratyaya do?
Guṇa.
Can it cause guṇa? Good. So is there a final ik in the anga? Yes. Therefore, what should happen now? You will apply 7384. sarvadhatuka ardhatukayo. And what does the sutra say? The final ik of an anga will take guṇa when it is followed by a sarvadhatuka or ardhatuka pratyaya, provided the pratyaya is not kit or ngit. Is it kit or ngit here? It is not. And if it's apit also, it will become ngit, but it is pit here. Therefore, guṇa can take place. What is the guṇa for E? What is the guṇa for E? A. Adeng guṇah. Chore. What is the content of shap now? Shakara it by lashakva tadhite. Pakara it by halantyam it. What remains? A. Chore plus a plus t. What will you get now? A plus a. We have done this sutra long ago. What is the sutra? Echaha ayavayavaha. 6:178. Echaha ayavayavaha. What does it mean? H. What is H? A, O, I, O. When it is followed by an H letter, then what will happen? A will be replaced by I, O will be replaced by Av, I will be replaced by I, O will be replaced by Av, respectively. Yatha sankham anudeshaha samanam. So, samanam. So, it's same, respectively. Therefore, what you will get now? Chorai. Are you with me? Chorai plus a plus t is equal to what? Okay. One big job is done. Chorai has come. Now, did we use the new vṛddhi sutras here? We didn't use it, right? Because this did not require it. All right. So we have to now look for a dhatu which ends in a vowel in 10th gaṇa. You can do that. All right. But there is also another possibility. What is another possibility? So actually we can look. If I look in the dhatu manjari, I will see what is there in the 10th gaṇa. On dhatu manjari, it's on page Chaturganadevadi. 1 second. Churadi. Okay. We'll begin. The list will begin on page 27 in Dhatu Manjari. So you will find there are so many dhatus. Artha, Kutsa, Chita, Tarja, Bhatsa. You found one Bhu. Do you find it? Bhu dhatu in 10th gaṇa has the meaning of praptau, to obtain. Not Bhu in the sense of Sattayam, which we have always seen. This is Bhu praptau. So if you took Bhu praptau, what will happen now? Bhu. Meaning is praptau. New dhatu, different dhatu. Now we want to do exactly what is churadi. With chur, this is churadi dhakana. So what should you do? You start with the same steps. Bhu plus nich first. Sorry. Why? Churadibhyaha nich, swarthe nich. What will happen now? We apply this by 3:125. Nich is nit pratyaya. Is the anga ending in ach? Is the anga for the pratyaya nich? What is anga for pratyaya nich? Bhu. Is it ending in ach?
Yes.
It is ending in ach. So there is an ajanta anga. All right. Followed by a nich pratyaya, nit pratyaya. Can achonyiti apply or not?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. What will achonyiti do?
Change the
What does achonyiti do?
Absolutely.
Causes vṛddhi to the final ach of the anga. What is the oo? What is the vṛddhi for oo? What are vṛddhi letters?
Out.
A, right? Adait, a, I, and au. So what will the U is labial, ostium. Where do you have ostium in the vṛddhi letters?
Oh,
Au. Therefore, what is vṛddhi for U? Au.
oh,
What will bhu become?
bow,
Bhau. Okay. Bhau plus what is the content of nich? E. What sutra did I apply? 72115. Achonyati. Okay. Angasya. All that is being kept in mind. All right. Now what will happen? Bhau plus C. What sandhi will happen? H is there or not? Au is H. A-O, I-O. Ouch. Au is H. H plus Ach. H-ha ayavayavaha. What will you get now?
Bhavi.
bow,
Av plus E.
E,
What is that?
Bhavi.
Bhavi. Are you with me so far? What is Bhavi?
New dhatu.
By T132, it's a new
Sanat.
dhatu. Okay. So what should we do now? Start all over again. Start with Bhavi. So Bhavi plus what? Tip. Tip by 3178. All right. So what will happen now? Sorry, not Theo. Tip. What will happen now? You should remember, whatever we didn't sure. Same story again. It is Kartari tip.
Kartarisham.
Which is
Therefore, Kartari Shap
atmanepada.
will walk in. So what will happen then? Sorry, this is 3-4.
Which is atmanepada.
Ha, is it Atmanepada? Very good. Who said that? Correct. Who said that? Deepti.
Yes.
Good. Very good. Bhavi plus te now. See, typically we'll just add ta. We won't make te. We will say ta because ta atam jha. All right. There's one more step to make it te later. All right. But for all practical, I'll say te. Doesn't make a difference to us. Now, this ta, what kind of pratyaya is ta? Okay, ta is added first before we go into further. Ta is a thing pratyaya. Yes, Sampath, you have a question.
Yes, Swami.
Yeah.
How did we say that it is Atmanepada here? It's a new dhatu.
You have
And,
to look at the dhatu patha.
So even for the derived.
Yeah. For this, for 10th gana, you can't do much more with it.
Oh,
For 10th gana, we have to do some work. Generally, 10th gana dhatus can take either parasmayapada or atmanepada. Generally.
okay.
But when it comes to certain dhatus, they are restricted to parasmayapada or atmanepada. I was following Shabda Manjari. Sorry, Dhatu Manjari. And there it recognizes atmanepada. But if you went to the Dhatu Patha, you will find it there. You will find it there. Give me 1 second, okay? Let me see if I can make it clear for you people. Okay. Bhu Dhatu in Churadi is 235th Dhatu. Okay. All right. Yeah, it'll be a little more complicated for me to show you. Maybe another day I will take the time. But in Dhatu Patha, there are ways to find out, okay?
63.
So now, Bhavi will take Atmanepada. So this ta is it thing pratyaya or not?
Yes.
Yes.
Because tip tas ji, sip tas tha, mip was, ta atham jha, ha satham dvam, id vahi mahing. Total of 18 pratyayas. Out of which first 9 are parasmayapada, next 9 are atmanepada. So what is the first pratyaya there? Third person singular? Ta. Ta is a thing pratyaya. If it's thing pratyaya, is it kartari? We intend kartari. Therefore, it's a thing means sarvadhatuka. Thingshit, sarvadhatukam. 3, 4, 112 will walk in. Correct? And that 3, 4, 112 will now mean what? You have a kartari sarvadhatuka pratyaya following. So what will happen? Shap will walk in. So you'll get what? Bhavi. Sorry. Bhavi plus before the shap. Why shap came in between? Because dhatoho pratyaya parascha. That newest pratyaya will hug the dhatu. Plus the what will shap do now? Shap is again sardhatuka. What can it do to the anga? Can cause guṇa or not? Which sutra?
Sarvadhatuka.
Sardhatuka ardhadhatukayo. Unlike, where we did chur. Here it is the final itself is this. So you will get what? 7384 will kick in, which will cause guṇa. To what? To final ik. Right? To ik. So that will mean you will get what is the guṇa for E?
A.
A. Bhave plus a plus ta. Are you with me? What is bhave plus a going to become now? By the sutra, HY vayavaha.
I.
Yeah. Therefore, you'll get what? Bhava. Bhav. Right? Plus aya plus a plus ta. Never confuse. This a didn't go anywhere, okay? Bhave plus a, that a only became aya. So you'll end up with what now? Bhavayata. That's what you'll end up with. Seems like, right? Bhavaya plus ta. Now, there's a sutra which says, one more sutra which walks in. We have not seen it so far. We'll just mention it now to you. See, look. There is a sangya called T. There is a sangya called T. What is T now? Chai. What is T? T happens to be, it has a definition. Definition of T we'll look at now for a minute, okay? This is by the way. Oh, sorry. Yeah. 1164 defines T. What is the definition? Achaha antyadi tihi. So, you begin, with what? Shabdasya antima achvarnat arabhya shabdasya antima varnam yavat vidyamanasya amshasya titi sangya. So what does it mean? Let me explain to you. So now, what is T? You take anything. Suppose I say, guru. Guru I wrote, okay? What are the vowels here? U and U. All right? Or let me make it different so it's easier. Hari. What is the vowel? A and E. What's the last vowel? E. Whatever, now you take Hari. What is the T in Hari? Start with the last vowel and go any further you can go. Can you go any further? No. What is T now? E. Okay? Start with the final ach. Acha antya. Antya achaha is the beginning of which? The final vowel is the beginning of which is called T. Final vowel is the beginning of which. Now, you see, suppose I say Vrinda. What is the final vowel? What are the vowels first?
Will.
R and A, right? Vr, R and A. So now, what is the final vowel? A. What is T going to be now? Begin with A. Is there anything after A? Therefore, A is the final vowel. Okay. Now I say bandar. Hindi word I'm putting, okay? Bandar. Just for fun. What is the final vowel? What is there after A? Ra. What is T going to be? Ar. Are you with me? Start with final vowel, go to the end. Now, suppose I say Dinesh.
Ish.
Final vowel, A. What is the T going to be? Ish. Okay. Suppose I say Kujanam. What is the final vowel? A. What is the T? Is this clear? Suppose I say Prakashaka. What is the final vowel? What is the T going to be? Everyone clear? What is T? Definition is what? Achontyadi T. Ach is vowel. Final ach you begin with. Final ach. That is the beginning. And whatever is there after that, you add. So beginning with final vowel, whatever is there and what you're considering, that is called T. Is this clear? New Sangyam we have seen today. T. Very useful. Now, we have a rule. When you're doing atmanepada lakaras, when you're doing atmanepada forms for tit lakaras. What's a tit lakara? Okay. Tit means what? Takara is it. What are the lakara's names? Lat, lit, lut, rit, late, lot. All of them have got what as its letter? Takara. They are called what? Tit lakaras. What are the other kind of lakaras? It lakaras. Lung, lung, ling, ring. These are all what? It lakaras. Why ngakara is it? Therefore, we are doing right now, we have added ta and we intend lat lakara. Okay? We intend lat lakara. When you are doing a lat lakara, there's a very simple rule. Titaha atmanepadanam tehe e. What is the rule? Titaha atmanepadanam tehe, sorry, tehe e. Now you have to be, we're going to resolve this, okay? Titaha lakaranam, okay? Tit lakaras. This is what? Sixth case. Atmanepadanam, 6-3. Tehe, what case? 6-1. 6-1 of what? 6-1 of T.
T.
Like Hari. T, tehe. So what is the sthani now? T. These two are only specifying which is the, when you have a tit atmanepada. I should check this cases. Give me a second, okay? And A is what? 1-1. So Adesha is what? 1-1. This T has to be replaced by what? A. T has to be replaced by A. All right. So let us just make sure I'm not doing anything wrong with the cases. So we'll go here and we'll look for 3, 4, 79 or 80. Yeah, 79. Tita atmanepadanam tere. See, Shashti ekavachanam, Shashti bhavachanam, Shashti ekavachanam. This A should have been A. It's A. That's what it's called lupta vibhaktikam. It's supposed to be first case. Panini dropped it. That's all. That's his choice. So now what happens? Titlakaranam vishaye atmanepada pratyasya tisanyakasya A adesha. Okay? So what does it mean now? Whatever is the T, you just replace with A. In a titlakara. Now you know. Labhate, labhete, labhante, labhase, labhethe, labhadve, labhe, labhavahe, labhamahe. Why everything is going to A? One rule. Titaha atmanepadanam tehe A. Okay? So what happens now? Come back to our situation. So he's showing you all the same thing we did, okay? Just now. Vartamane lat. Then tip plus G. So lab plus is taking some other, why is it doing it here? 1 second. Uttama purusha. Ta atam cha ha satham dvam id vahi mahing. First person singular will be it pratyaya. So he's adding E here, okay? Then E will bring shap. Kartari sarvadhatuke shap. Kartari shap. Then that labha shap will become a and E will become what? A. By what? Tita atmam padanam tere. Then you get what? Labhe. Is that clear? Same idea, same sutra we are going to use here now. And it will become what now? Because this rule, this here, bhavaya plus te will become what? Bhavaya, sorry, plus takara plus a. T is only a. So you'll end up with what? Bhavayate. Did it make sense? So it should be clear what steps we are going through. So we had to use, our sutras. When we added niche, then we had to use our vṛddhi sutra. Vṛddhi sutra was that was the only step we used. We didn't need to use it again. That's it. So every time it may not be useful. It must have a final ach to cause vṛddhi. In chur, it didn't do it. Okay? So we have to know when it will apply. Possibility, but dhatu doesn't have the right letters to make it happen. Now we extend it a little further. Okay? What is the extension? The extension is this. So let me stop this. So far we have seen what I felt like looking at all of you for a minute. Yes, Sampath, you have a question?
Swamiji, can you explain that T again in the last one you made? Bhavaya.
No. See, T is what? T.
Starting from the last ach.
Correct. And in what? You have to look at the pratyaya added. Te, the ta is added, Pratyaya is ta. Ta atam cha. In that ta, what is the T? That a is replaced by a. That's all.
Okay.
Don't look at bhavaya.
Okay.
Bhavaya was before. Only the pratyaya we're changing T to a.
Okay.
All right. So now, among karakas, what are the karakas? Karta, karma, karana, then sampradana, apadana, then
Adhikarana.
adhikarana. Don't say sambandha, okay? That's all. Then you have made me happy. If you say shakti, I'll be in trouble. Okay. So now these are karakas. Which karaka is the one which doesn't depend on other karakas?
Karta.
Karta is the first kingpin, okay? Unless he starts something, there is no karma, no karana, no apada, nothing. Karta has to come first. I'm going to do. Then only all karakas make sense. Therefore, the prathama karaka, pradhana karaka, mukhya karaka is called what? Karta. And therefore, the sutra is swatantraha karta. Swatantraha karta. Independent. Who is karta? One who is independent, doesn't depend on other karakas for an action. You understand the sense? To undertake an action, he doesn't need anything. He decides to do an action. Then only look for other things. This is called swatantraha karta. This is clear. One sutra. Swatantraha karta. All right. Then, so let's go there. Yeah. So 1423, if you look at in the Sutra Patha, you will find sutra is karake. This is called adhikara. What adhikara? Karaka adhikara. Which means all karakas will be covered between 1423 and 1455-56. Okay? All karakas are here. Karaka definitions. So you will hear or sometimes say in class, one karaka, another karaka will be defining happily. All of them you will find here. Karaka definitions are all here in karaka adhikara. In this karaka adhikara now, we go, say for example, if I go back, see, through apaye, apadanam. Apadana comes first. Panini, Swamiji always says, Panini knows he is Advaitin. Therefore, first he has to think Ishvara in sutras. What will be the first thing? That which is unmoved when the whole world comes. Vivarta upadana. Therefore, dhruvam, that which is unmoving. Apaye, when something is coming out, Jagat is coming out. What is it? Apadanam. Dhruvam, apaye, that dhruvam is Ishvara. Dhruvam, apaye, apadanam. Then what? Further meaning, what is further is apadanam. More sangyas are given. Then you will have, adharo adhikaranam. What is adhikarana? Adhara. Then you have kartuhu ipsitamam karma. What is most desired to be gained by doing an action by the karta is the object, karma, grammatically. And then we have 1454, swatantraha karta. Okay? Swatantraha karta. And the next one is tat prayojakaha hetuscha. I'll explain this. So swatantraha karta means what? I told you. Kriya siddhau pradhanyena vivakshitam. The most important, which will make kriya possible. That fellow is called karta. Karta sangyakam bhavati. Yatha devadattena pachyate. Example. Devadattena. Third case in what sense? Third case is in what sense here?
Karmani.
Karta.
See, pachyate
Karta.
is karmani. Pach dhatu, pachyate is karmani prayoga. Therefore, what will be the case when karta is in karmani prayoga?
Third
Third
case.
case.
Third case. Therefore, devadattena. Don't be taken, by surprise. Devadattena is kartari here, not karane. Devadattena pachyate. Example is giving, right? Now, the point is this. I don't do, but I make someone do. I want to go to Bangalore. I will call a driver. I don't drive. I will call a driver. Literally, I will drive the driver, right? So now, the driving action I'm causing someone to do. That kind of situation is called tat prayojakaha hetuscha. So if you make a karta do something, kriyayaha kartuhu prayojakaha prerakaha, one who inspires, one who instigates someone to do something, motivates someone to do something. The fellow who motivates is called hetu. Is called what? Hetu. Hetu means cause. Cause of doing something. He is also called karta because suppose, someone gave a contract killing job. Who is the main karta? The fellow who killed or the fellow who gave the contract? The fellow who gave the contract is the primary fellow. Therefore, he is important. He is also called karta. The fellow who does is also called karta. One will called hetu karta, one is karta. But both are karta. Are you with me? Both are called karta. But the fellow who inspires another fellow to do is also called what? Hetu. So this sutra, tat prayoga hetuscha, is doing what? It is defining a sangya. Kriyayaha kartuhu prayojakaha swayam hetu sangyakaha. That chakara kartru sanyakascha bhavati. He gets two names now. He's called hetu and he's called karta. You would combine two, you'll get hetu karta. Causative fellow. So this fellow who is doing something, making somebody else do, what is his action called? You want to specify his action, causing someone to do. That kind of a kriya is called hetumati kriya. What is it called? Hetumati kriya, like dhanavan, dhanavat. Hetumat means a kriya which has a hetu. Hetu is the fellow who makes someone do. The kriya of a fellow who makes someone do is called hetumat kriya. Okay? Why all this? Because I'm trying to teach you sutra, I'm taking you through all this, okay? Just for fun. So now we will go back to 3.125 we saw. You remember this? Just now we saw Churadibhya Nich. Next sutra is what? Hetumati cha. And also for Hetumati. What does it mean? Now, Hetuhu swatantrasya kartuhu prayojakaha. Hetu is the fellow who instigates, who does prerana for someone to do. Tadiyaha vyaparaha. His action is called what? Come on, do this. Drive me to Bangalore. It's called Hetuman. And when I want to indicate that, then the pratyaya which has the basic action, to that you have to add what pratyaya? Nich pratyaya, coming from the previous sutra. Anuvritti. Therefore, anuvritti here is nich. All right. So in a simple word, what? Nich can be added to any dhatu in the language to make a causative of that action. Hetu of that action. Read, cause to read. Drink, cause to drink. Walk, cause to walk. Teach, cause to teach. Whatever it is. You add one nich, it will become cause to do that. This is called hetumati nich. First one was what? Swarthe nich. Separate the two. 10th gana dhatu, swarthe nich. Nich has no meaning of its own. This one is in the sense of causative. Therefore, hetumati nich. Is this clear? So what we have done, I have taken you through a circle only to show you what? That nich can also be added in the sense of causative. To define the word causative, first I have to show you what is karta. Then that karta has got another name. If he is causing another fellow to do, he is called hetu. Then that hetu plus matu pratyaya becomes hetu mat. This is the cycle I took. This is why noodles I told you, Pani Sutras. Everything is connected. So now you got hetumati cha. So if you understand now what is hetumati cha, you can take any dhatu and add a pratyaya nich to make what? A causative dhatu. All right? Okay. So now, if we go back, let us say now you have take a dhatu. Let us say
Swami, you're not seeing the word document.
oh, give me 1 second. Okay, are you saying now?
Yes.
Yeah. Kru. Let us say dhatu is kru now. To do. Kru is to do. What do I want? Cause someone to do. What should I add? Nich. By what sutra? By what sutra?
Hetumati.
Hetumati cha
26.
3:126. Are you with me?
Yes.
Nich. Is it a pratyaya? Yes. Is it nith? Yes. What can it do?
vṛddhi,
It can cause vṛddhi to the final ach. Is there a final ach?
Yes.
Yes. So what will you do now? You apply the suit 72115. Achonyati. Achonyati. What will happen then? What will happen? So kakara. What will happen to r? What is the vṛddhi for r?
ar,
Ah. Right?
Ar.
Cannot be ar. A is guṇa. Ah. Then what will happen? Because r is being replaced, what will happen? Ra will come.
Urandra.
Uhu an raparaha. Uran raparaha. 1150 will walk in. Okay? What does it mean? When you have a r or a lu being replaced by an ach letter, that ach will be followed by ra or la. So you'll get r. So you'll end up with what now? Kar. What is content of nich? E. What are the rules applied here? One is 72115. That's the main rule. Internally, we'll also bring in 1150. Not only that, what is vṛddhi? 111. Should know what is vṛddhi, you know? Vṛddhiradaich. Right? Then you should know that the vṛddhi letter, which vṛddhi letter should I use? I should know. Not blindly, you can use anything you want. Which one should I use? For that, what is the rule which says use the closest one? What's the rule? There's a rule called sthane antaratamaha. We've seen this long ago. Sthane antaratamaha. Number of hand not coming to my head. I think 1, 3 probably. Let's check. Let's check that so we don't have a problem with it. Yes, Harsha?
Will eco guna vṛddhi not come?
Look, I'll come to that in a minute. Sthane antaratama 1150, okay? I'll just get that. So Urandrapara must be a slightly off. Then give me a second. 151, is it? No. It's Urandraparaha 1151. Okay. So 1150 and 1151. Good. I'll explain that now. Are you seeing that Word document now? Yes. Okay.
Yes,
So now I'm saying 1150 is telling you sthane antaratamaha. Urandraparaha is 1151. See how many sutras are involved. Now, your question is, isn't eco guna vṛddhi involved, correct? Okay. What does eco guna vṛddhi do? When it says, when your sthani is unclear, it's not clear, then the word ekaha should be added to the sutra. What is the sutra which is causing vṛddhi? 72115. What does it say?
Achoniti.
It says
Achoniti.
achonyati, achaha. Do you have any doubt about the sthani? Final ach of an anga. Do you have any doubt? Is it in any way ambiguous? Sthani is very clear. Therefore, eko guna vṛddhi has no scope. Okay? It won't come. When it is not clear, then only ekaha guna vṛddhi will walk in. Deliberately makes unclear so that he can reduce words. So he can use one paribhasha. It's brilliant. It's all brilliance, okay? How to cut the number of words in sutras. Tell one time, eko guna vṛddhi, and don't have to say ekaha 100 times. One time. And all ika guna vṛddhi is denied by one rule, kingiticha. Otherwise, in each place, he'll have to bring apavada. That's the brilliance. So now, 72115 required, 111, what is vṛddhi? Required sthane antaratamaha, which is closest substitution, then require urandraparaha, and these may bring in more in terms of cause. Because to say Urandraparaha, who is sixth case, I have to say what is sthani. I have to bring the definition of sthani. Okay? So like this, all sutras will slowly find their way. Paribhashas will walk in. But the point is what? Finally you get what? Kari. What is Kari now? It's a new dhatu. Sanadyantaha dhatavaha. By 3132 you get a new dhatu. Now you can do anything with this dhatu, okay? You can do anything you like with this dhatu. You want to do Kari. Sorry. So Kari. If you want to tip, you add tip. Now this will go exactly like we did chur, 10th kana root. Any new derived root is like 10th kana root. So what should you do now? Is tip sarvadhatuka? Yes. Will it bring in shap? Yes. What will happen? Kari, shap. Sorry. Tip. Are you with me? Then what will happen? Shap will cause guna to E. This is standard, okay? You don't have to think even. E will always become A. So it will become what? Kare plus A plus tip. What is Kare plus A going to be? H-O-I-Y-A-V-A.
Raya.
Karaya. Right? Karai plus A Karaya plus T. We'll get what? Karayati. What will all the other forms be? Karayati, Karayataha. So this will become the anga for all the pratyayas. Karayati, Karayataha, Karayanti, Karayasi, Karayataha, Karayatha, Karayami, Karayavaha, Karayamaha. Okay? If you want to make future tense, what will you do? You start with same Kari. Okay? Start with same Kari. Now you want future tense. What is future tense? You want to add Ti in the sense of Rit Lakara, indicating Rit Lakara. If you add Ti in Rit Lakara, then what will happen? Then instead of getting Shap, you have something before that. Syatasi Rilito. One sutra is sitting there. Syatasi Riluto. What will it do? Rit means Sya should be the Vikarana. We don't call it Gaṇa Vikarana because it has no more Bhuadi, etc. It's just a plain thing. So you will get what? Kari plus Sya plus Ti. Now, what kind of pratyaya is Sya? Sorry, give me 1 second, okay? Kari. Give me 1 second. Yeah, Kari. Something is... I'm making a mistake. Karayishyati should be the form. Kare. Okay. Kari. I got Kari.
Saying that it wala dehe will also come. So.
Correct. That's what we'll have to get one. Isya will come. Okay. So ardhatukasya idvaladehe. See, ardhatuka pratyaya means I told you it can get an idagama. The sya is not beginning with it. Therefore, you'll end up with you'll end up applying 7 to 35 and you'll get what? Kari plus isya plus T. This is coming from 7 to 35, which says that when you have an ardhadhatuka pratyaya, which is valadi, it can take an idagama. Agama means what? Addition, not replacement, addition. And that addition will happen before, because it's tit. Adyantau takitau. When it have a tit agama, it should be added in the beginning. Kit should be added later. Mit in the middle. So you'll get isya. Then this isya is ardhatuka. See? Sya is ardhatuka. When you add, make an addition. Suppose I put on a hat, I still remain the same fellow. So if you add any agama to a pratyaya doesn't go away. Pratyaya is very much there. It continues to be an ardhatuka pratyaya. And the whole pratyaya is now isya, not just sya. Agama becomes a part of what it's added to. So you end up with what now? Kari plus isya. And isya is ardhatuka. What can ardhatuka pratyaya do?
Guṇa
Guṇa it can cause. Is there a final ik? What is the
Yes.
anga for isya?
Kari.
Kari. Is it ending in ik?
Yes.
Yes. Therefore, can it cause a guna to that? Yes. So what will happen now? You will end up applying guna and you will get kare plus isya plus the. This is by applying 7,384. Now, kare plus isya. A plus ach is there or not?
Mhm.
So what should happen now? Ho ayavayava should apply. Kare will become what? Karai. Are you with me? Karai plus isya plus the. You're almost there. It should become what? Karayisyati. But when you have this e before, this sa becomes sha by another rule. So you'll end up with what? Karai, sorry. Plus isya will become ishya plus the. That will give you what? Kara yishyati. So you can see that except this shakara coming, we have worked on all the pieces so far. All we now are doing are bringing the pieces together. So a lot of work can be done like this. Now, see, any dhatu you can make causative. Of course, there are some more rules because there are exceptions. General case, you'll happily do. There are exceptions which we will need some extra work with. But all general case of any gaṇa dhatu, you can do in the same way. All right? And this is not the whole story. See, now you go back. Do you remember what we have seen for Kridanta long ago? So let's say we look at this 3, 1. All right. In 3, 1.
So we're not seeing the browser.
Okay, 1 second. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, look in this here. If you remember, we said there are something called krit pratyayas. Krit pratyayas begin with 3193 and up to the end of 34. Any pratyaya which is not thing is a krit pratyaya. Any pratyaya which is not thing is considered a krit pratyaya. Krit, a thing. Another big adhikara. Krit, a thing. And this adhikara actually is 3191. Dhatoho. In this dhatoho adhikara, everything happens. Means the word dhatoho will be there going up to the end of 3-4. Now, in this, you remember this kritya pratyayas we have seen. Tavya, aniya. In what sense are they added? Karma and bhava. Hope you remember them. Tavya, aniya are what kind of pratyayas? Are they sarvadhatuka? It is not thing. It is not shit.
No.
Therefore, what? Ardhatuka. What can ardhatuka pratyaya do? Can cause guṇa vṛddhi or not? Yes. Can it get idagama sometimes? Yes. Two things you remember. Guṇa vṛddhi and idagama. Further, what? If it is a nit or nit pratyaya, what can it do? It can cause vṛddhi also. Otherwise, guna only. Sarvadhatuka, ardhatuka only guna. Vṛddhi means we need what? Achonyati. Right? Or ataupadhaya. This will only bring vṛddhi. So now, kritya pratyayas we saw what? Tavya, tavya, aniya. There is one more kritya pratyaya which is called nyat. Rhalor nyat. Sutra is 3.1.124. What does it say? Rhalor nyat. What's the pratyaya there? Nyat. It is nyat. Is it nit pratyaya or not? Nyat.
Yes. Yes.
Nakara is in the beginning. Chutu. Same rule. Takara is halantyamit. What is the content? Ya. Content is ya. Now, in what sense do you add these pratyayas? Kritya pratyayas? As karma or bhava. As karma or bhava. In the sense of karma or bhava. So if I say kartavyaha, what does it mean? To be done. Karma. Right? Karaniyaha. Same meaning. Kartavyaha, karaniyaha. Same meaning. How do you get kartavya? How do you get kartavya? So you take kri dhatu. And now, plain kri, not causative. Plus we want to add tavya. Tavya is what kind of pratyaya? Ardha dhatuka. Are you with me? Ardha dhatuka. Look, kartavya, this tavya pratyaya comes from here. (3.196). 3.196 I will use to add the pratyaya tavya. And tavya happens to be ardha dhatuka. Therefore, what will happen now? What can ardha dhatuka pratyaya do?
Guna.
Guna. Good. So therefore, what will happen now? Ka will become what? Ka
Kar.
plus ar.
Mhm.
Guna along with urandraparaha. Kar plus tavya. And this is by what sutra? 7.3.84. Sardhatuka ardhatukayo. Are you with me? So end up with what now? And this does not bring an idagama. Okay? Don't worry about how. No idagama. Therefore, you end up with what? Kartavya. Okay? Similarly, if you added kri plus aniya, what will happen? Is aniya sarvadhatuka or ardhatuka? Ardhatuka. Can it cause guna?
Yes.
Yes. Therefore, what will happen? Kar plus aniya. What will you get? Na becomes na because of ra. We have to look at those rules. But you will get what? Karaniya. Okay. Now, there is one more pratyaya which we saw. halor nyat, which means when a dhatu ends with a or a hal means consonant, then the pratyaya nyat can be added in the same meaning, which is karma or bhava. So you'll get what? Kr is a dhatu ending in a r. So kr plus nyat. See, I have not told you anything more. You only know this much, nyat. Now you can tell me, what is nyat? Is it a pratyaya? Yes. Okay. What kind of pratyaya? Ardha dhatuka. Further, what kind of pratyaya?
Nit.
Nit pratyaya. Now you remember the exercise I told you? You have to mark it as nit, kit, shit, so that it's very clear, it's very easy now. So kr plus nit, it's ardha dhatuka. Now the question is, can it cause guna by sardhatuka ardhatuka yoho? Final ik is there. Can it cause guna?
No.
Why? It's possible or not?
Net pratyayas, kinchit,
Hmm?
that
It
No,
will.
no. I'm asking a simple question here. Can now anga is ending in ik, and there's a nyat pratyaya following, pratyaya nyat following, which happens to be ardha dhatuka and nit. Can it cause guna by 7384?
Yes.
Yes. Can it cause vṛddhi by 72115?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. When both are there, what should I do? So then we say, this is called tulya bala. When both are there, in some there are different rules to resolve these, but here, if this sardhatu kardhak always applies, you will have trouble. This net will never get a chance to cause vṛddhi. Therefore, this 72115 is called an apavada. It is an apavada to sarvadhatuka ardhadhatukayoh. Therefore, it gets precedence. What will happen now? Though you can apply 7384, you apply only 72115. What will it give you now?
Car. Car.
Car. Plus, what is the content of nyat?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. What will it give you?
Car. Yeah. Wow.
So now you have three words. Kartavya, karaniya, karya. All have the same meaning. Either the karma of kr or the bhava of kr. Are you with me? So far?
Yes.
Okay. Now, I have the word vikara. Have you seen this word? What does it mean?
Modification.
A modification. What kind of karaka is applied to kr there? Vikriyate iti vikaraha. I'm saying vikriyate iti vikaraha. Vikriyate is what prayoga?
Karmani.
Karmani prayoga. Therefore, what am I denoting by saying vikriyate?
Karma.
Karma. So karma is denoted. I can get a word vikara. Sakrit pratyaya. What kind of pratyaya? The pratyaya we add. See, normally we know what. Okay, before I run to that, I started it. Let me think for a minute. Okay. Okay. Normally we think of saying you add kartari pratyaya, karmani pratyaya means what? You add a pratyaya bringing that karaka sense to the dhatu. Correct? So if you add a kartari means you will make a karaka of the dhatu. If you add karmani, you will get a karma of that dhatu. If you add karana, you will get a karana for that dhatu. Correct? Now, we have some pratyayas which are said. You can add in any sense except kartari. Except kartari. So they say akartari cha karake. What do we say? Akartari cha karake. Akartari karake means what? In a karaka other than karta, which means you add a pratyaya which can mean any of the other five, but not karta. Are you with me? So it can mean multiple things. It can mean karma, it can mean adhikarana, it can mean apadana, it can mean bhava, not karta. That's all. So bhave plus other 5 karakas are fair game. And these words must exist in the language. Sangyayam. They must exist in the language. This is the rule. And for that, there is a very famous, well-known pratyaya in this section, which is called ghain. Kr plus ghain. Sorry. What kind of pratyaya is ghain now? It is ardhatuka. And based on its letter,
Nit.
it is nyit. Cha cha ja ja nya nyit. Further what?
Yid.
Khit. How is gha its letter? Correct. La sha ku atadhite. La shakwatadhite. You've done all these exercises. I have given you all these and made you see it's khit.
I'll tell you.
Now you can see it all coming together, okay? So now what is the content of this pratyaya? Ghan? Good. What is nit pratyaya? Is nit pratyaya. It's ardhatuka nit pratyaya. What can it do?
Breathing.
Can cause vṛddhi, can cause guṇa.
Then
Here what will take precedence? Vṛddhi. Apavada. Therefore what will it do now? Kar plus a. What will you get?
Ara.
Ara. Add our favorite pratyayas now. Vikara.
Samskara.
What does it mean? Vikriyate iti vikaraha. Or it could mean Vikriyate asmin iti vikaraha. Locus where it happens. Vikriyate anena iti vikaraha. These are all possibilities in the language. Look at our favorite word. Samsara. Samsara. How do you get this?
Sara.
Sam, upasarga, dhatu, sru. Plus what?
Ghan.
Ghain. Samsara. What does it mean? It can just mean samsaranam bhave. Going round and round. Samyak sarati iti samsara. Samyak saranam samsaraha. Bhave pratyaya. Okay. Ahara. Have you heard the word? A is upasarga. Dhatu is what? Hr. What pratyaya can you guess? Hey. What will you get?
Ahara.
In what sense now? That which is consumed, taken in. Ahriyate iti aharaha. Vyapara. Vyapriyate iti vyaparaha. Vyaparanam vyaparaha. Doing transactions vyapara. Vyapr. Gain. Do you see how much you got now? Seems very small building blocks. But you get a huge number of things coming out of this. And there's one more very well-known pratyaya. When you want to make karta, you have two pratyayas. Nul, trichau. What are the pratyayas? Nul and trich. Nul, trichau. Two pratyayas. Added in what sense? Kartari. Which means you add one of these pratyayas, either of these pratyayas to dhatu. You can add both. You will get what? A karta of the dhatu. Okay? So if you take the same kr dhatu, kr plus nul, what do you get? You know everything you need to know now, okay? Nul is a pratyaya. Is it nit or not? Yes. Can it cause vṛddhi? Yes. So what will become? Kar. Now you don't know something which I will tell you. This wu becomes aka. Wu becomes aka. What will you get?
Karaka.
Karaka. What does it mean? Karta. Trich. What is trich? Kr plus trich. In trich, what is the in it letter? Chakara. Tri is what kind of pratyaya? Sarvadhatuka, ardhatuka? Nit?
Artha, not nit.
Ardhatuka. What can it do?
Guna.
Vṛddhi, no.
Guna.
It is not nit.
No.
It is not nit.
Guna.
Guna. Sardhatuka, ardhatuka, yoho comes guna. What will you get? Kar. Kar.
Plus tr.
Kar. Tr.
Yes.
Have you heard this word?
Yes.
Kartru. Karaka. Both have same meaning. Means doer. How do you get this? One simple sutra. Viltrichau. With a few more bells and whistles here and there. But you see now what we have accomplished. Any pratyaya, it doesn't matter what kind of pratyaya, okay? You know it's nit or nit, it can cause vṛddhi. Sarvadhatuka, ardhatuka can cause guna. If it is valadi, it can cause ardhatuka, it can cause idagama. You are well equipped. Make some sense? I'm going slowly and just going examples today. We'll continue this next time also, some more. So you grow into it, okay? But the idea is, I'm showing you how much you already know now, because we've built up a lot already. Now it's just a matter of remembering the pieces and putting them together. Okay? Were you able to follow most of it today? I have gone very leisurely, no running. But if you don't remember any sutras from past, it can create some trouble. But Panini requires you to keep a lot of things in your head. Initial investment is higher. You have to remember a lot of things. Then everything comes together in your head. That's the way it should work. They just, you will see all the jigsaw puzzle fitting in. It's like Scrabble or something, It'll all fit together. So now if you go back and you look, we did 10th gaṇa. You go and look, you'll find we have not covered 10th gaṇa fully yet. I just went with nit and nit for today, a little more. We will come back and do some more case of 10th gaṇa. We haven't done atmanepada yet. That sutra we haven't covered today. Okay? Tadhita, I gave you a lot of examples last time. I may not get sutras. We'll see what we can do. Anyway, it's already time. I will say a prayer, and then if I have questions, I'll take them, okay? Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Yes, Ramesh, I'll take your question now. I just want to make sure I already delayed people. I should let people who want to go.
Sure. Couple of questions, Swamiji.
Yeah.
When Harsha initially asked about why it doesn't take guna and takes vṛddhi, you were saying the sthani was clear.
That is not guna vṛddhi. It was about why ikaha doesn't come.
Okay.
Iko guna vṛddhi is a paribhasha sutra. Iko guna vṛddhi's purpose is when the sthani is not clear. So if you go back, if we go to Iko Guna Vṛddhi, you will find.
So can you share the screen?
Oh, haven't I again? Sorry. I thought I did that correctly. Give me a second, okay? Just give me a second. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So now you can see Iko Guna Vṛddhi is the sutra. But then Aniyame Niyame Karana Niyamakarini Paribhasha. Only when the sthani is unclear, you can use this paribhasha. If it is clear, you don't use this. So I would have probably mentioned it using Kashika, very likely. Paribhasha iyam sthani niyamartha. You are using it to figure out what is the sthani, to determine what is the sthani clearly. Aniyama prasange niyamaha vidhiyate. Only when there is some confusion, a niyama is needed. Vṛddhi gunao sasangyam shishya manavika eva sthani veritavya. Don't worry about this. So what we are saying essentially is that if the sthani is unclear, when it says sarvadhatuka ardhatukayoho, angasya what should take guna? You can say angasya final al. It's still not that clear. He wants to make it more clear. Says ik. Because guna vṛddhi can only happen for much anyway. He wants to restrict it to ik. Finally, we have to look at commentaries to understand exactly where it wants to go. We don't just imagine everything on our own. Okay. Right? So this is what is happening in that context. Now you tell me what's your question, Ramesh.
So later in the examples, you said like 7 to 115 is kind of an exception and takes precedence.
See, the first one, Iko Guna Vṛddhi, I hope is clear. It's only about whether the word ikaha comes or not. Is guna for ik or something else?
Yeah.
So,
Now,
Swamiji, I have a question in that.
with what? With the Iko Guna Vṛddhi?
Yes, yes.
Okay, ask.
Sorry. When we are saying that the sthani is not clear, does it mean that it is like you don't know whether it is in sixth case or not? Or what
No.
do you mean exactly?
Basically, which means we don't know exactly what is it. Sthani, is angasya, angadhikara, Whole anga, no. Antyasya, but it's still not clear enough.
Okay.
Like say, again, we say mrijer vṛddhihi, 72114. Okay. Mrij dhatu anga will take vṛddhi, but what in that?
Okay.
He makes it clear. Ik. For the ik. That's why I said finally you have to look at the commentary and see what he means by it. But generally, is the sthani like ach here very clear. Achonyiti ach is very clear. Therefore, there is no ikaha walking in.
Okay.
If it was required, you would have found it in the vṛddhi.
Okay.
See, finally, the point is this. Panini wrote sutras. What he wrote so summarily, only he will understand. Therefore, he explained it to his students. That's how you get Vartika. That's how you get Mahabhashya. So it's all coming from Sutrakara. What he had in mind is explained. Now you have rules and sub-rules to govern and understand for our purposes. Okay?
Thank you so much.
All right. Now, Ramesh, coming back to your question. So the point is, two sutras can cause vṛddhi. One can cause vṛddhi, one can cause guna. Both are applicable. Which one should I use? If I use one, the other cannot work. Now, in general, the rule is, if one rule completely kind of can do everything the other rule can do, look at this now. Any pratyaya after dhatu is going to be saradhatuka or ardhatuka. One of them, except for one or two pratyayas which we said is an exception. Okay. Therefore, any nit pratyaya is also saradhatuka and ardhatuka. So now, even though I said nit, if you are going to saradhatuka ardhatuka and do guna, when will vṛddhi take place? The sutra will become redundant. It will have no purpose. Because it has no option. Therefore, whenever a sutra will be denied an opportunity, it has to get priority. because otherwise Panini would not have written that sutra.
Okay.
Therefore, it is an apavada. And that apavada means it will take precedence over the guna.
Okay.
So this utsarga apavada, we will look at it sometime, is very important. And it's not just these two, there are other rules too. There's something called nityatvam, paratvam. Para means, in general, vipratishedhe param karyam. There's a rule. Vipratishedhe param karyam. Vipratishedha means when there's a conflict. When two things can apply, I don't know which one to use. One rule is vipratishedhe. When there is this conflict, param, whichever sutra is later, you do that. Apply that. But then, vipratishedhe aparam karyam is equally good sandhi vicheda. Therefore, aparam can also be karyam, and some place you use aparam. Same sutra. Interpreted as aparam or param. Then we say there is something called nityatva, anityatva. If a sutra is nitya, which means it can apply without, irrespective of sequence of the two sutras. Two sutras can apply. If one applies, other may not be able to apply. If the other applies, one may still be able to apply. If there is one sutra which can apply irrespective of the ordering, that is called nitya sutra. If one of them is nitya, that gets priority. So there's something called nityatvam, there's paratvam, there's this apavada. So all these factors walk in when you have multiple sutras which can apply simultaneously. It's a more like you can imagine in computer programming, you know, in all the, if you have two possibilities, which one to go for, you'll have to have a way to break the tie, right? And that's a little more complicated. But basic rules are these: nityatvam, paratvam, etc. Which is baliyan, which is powerful, which is more a bigger contender, stronger contender, that will take precedence. So without getting into too much detail, I told you right now that 72115 will take precedence because any pratyaya, saradhatuka, ardhatuka, will also be, can be nit, may not be nit. So if you go with saradhatuka, ardhatuka, this nit will never get a chance.
Okay.
Okay? Make some
Understood.
sense?
Yeah, understood. I think the question came because when Harshaji was asking that example that we were looking at had the possibility of both guna and vṛddhi. So then you were explaining that sthani is clear and then came here. So probably.
That Sani is clear for his question about why Ika is not walking in.
Okay.
Yeah. Anything else?
One more question I had, Swami.
Yeah, go ahead.
In that example of karishyati, the sya taking idagama.
Yeah.
We added e because it is adyanta utakita.
Okay, two things there. We have not gone through this in detail, but the point is, ardhadhatukasya id valadehe is a sutra. Ardhadhatukasya id valadehe. What is sthani? An ardhatuka pratyaya is sthani. Okay, ardhadhatukasya. Now, this is 7235. Is it an adesha? It could have been, but it is there. The takara is there. Therefore, it's an agama.
Okay.
Therefore, an ardhadhatuka valadi pratyaya takes an idagama.
Yeah.
This rule is a very complicated rule. Rule is very simple, but the rules around it are very complicated. So, in fact, chapter 7.2, probably 100 sutras are on this matter. It's a fairly complex mechanism. But what is there? Either E will come or it won't come or it will come optionally. Three possibilities. Na it, or va it. Wait. Nate, wait, sate. And dhatus are characterized as sate, wait, nate, etc. So it's a little too involved, okay? I don't normally get into it because it's too painful. Right now 25 people are coming to class. If I do that, I think only 2 will come, excluding me. So the point is, I'm saying it's a little painful. But what is important is sometimes an idagama can come. When will it come? When it's valadi pratyaya. And when you say valadi, you should take only the content. Drop these letters. So when you say nich, ni is content is e, it's not valadi. When you say trich, tr is valadi. What is val? All consonants except yakara.
Right.
Haya varat, start from there.
Ah.
Therefore, any valadi ardhadaka pratyaya may take an idagama. I know the form is karishyati, okay? Therefore, I know he has to come. All right? Therefore, I added it. Now, why? Now, the sthani is the pratyaya, ardhataka pratyaya. Sya.
Yeah.
Where should titagama come? Adau.
Adau.
Adyantau takitau. That I mentioned. So, ardhatuka se idvalade hai. Then, where should I add this agama? Adyantau takitau. Then it comes in the beginning. So, you get isya. In it, takara, as it goes away, e gets added. Isya. Itum. In tumun, itum. Like this, there are a lot of pratyas, we will get this.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Yes, Harsha.
Swamiji, there was a mention of prakriti. Is that the same as anga? Can they be used interchangeably?
Repeat.
Prakriti.
No. Prakriti, I have used, it's not a Paninian word.
Okay.
Prakriti means when you're making an operation, it's like the material cost for the operation. I used it in a little loose way, okay? See, you can add a pratyaya to something. It can be a dhatu. It can be a pratipadika. Right? It can be a primary dhatu, it can be secondary dhatu. So whatever you're adding to a pratyaya, I'm calling that prakriti. I'm using Vedanta, in a way, but in Sanskrit also it's prakriti pratyaya vibhaga. Prakriti is that to which a pratyaya is added typically. It's not a sangya in the language, not in Panini sangya. But we use that word prakriti as that which will undergo a change. Okay? Is that clear?
Yes, Swamiji. One more question. For the bhu praptau 10th kana, ashtadhyayi.com shows
Repeat which dhatu?
bhu
Bhu, yeah.
praptau.
Huh.
In the ashtadhyayi site, there is also a parasmaipadi conjugation for it. Even
See
though
that
dhatu-
now the point is this. I told you, I looked at the Shabdamanjari, Dhatu Manjari, and there it said atmanepada. I have not gone and looked further into it right now. If it allows parasmepadi, we can add to.
But even in ashtadhyayi, it says atmanepadi only. But despite that, they have listed both.
One possibility is this. Suppose it was see, the fact is this. If you looked at that same bhu dhatu, not as swarthe nich, add causative nich, hetu karmani, then that you will get both ways. Give me 1 second, I'll verify that. Yeah. Kartri kriya phale. So in general, nichascha. So by Sutra 1374, very likely it will be possible. But there can be exceptions. See, anything I say, I have to say there could be things I don't know enough because it's too vast. But 1374, if you go and look at, give me a second. This 1312, you will see the word anudattangit atmanepadam. And it will go up to what? If you look, that 1312 will be going up to 1377, which means Pani tells you where Atmanepada can come, which is outside the scope of dhatu patha. Okay, so there you have 1354. No, 55. No, what is that number now? Let me check. I gave some number. I forgot. Give me a second. Did I say 1375? What did I say?
74 you said, Swamiji.
Okay. 74. Yeah, that's good. So now you can see it says nichaha atmanepadam, which means what it's trying to say to you is this. If you add a niche, and if the result of the action is going to go only to the karta, then you can use atmanepada. Therefore, the form is okay. But if it's 10th gaṇa dhatu by itself, it is atmanepada. If you go with causative, it can go both ways, depending on whom the result is going to, strictly. You should not use parasamepada if the result is going only to him. And you should not use atmanepada if it's going to others. Okay?
Only one other question. There is tavyat and tavya mentioned in one of the sutra. But is there any difference between when
Swara, we don't worry about it. Tavyat, takara will go away. Halantyamit. But swara difference will come, which we don't know about, so we don't care. We only look at tavya. We discount tavyat. Okay. Any other question? Mahita, you had a question, it got answered, or you have a question still? Your hand was up earlier.
Yes, Swamiji, I do have a few questions. So in Acho Niti, why is Ach taken instead of Ak? Because beyond Ak, the other vowels are not going to take vṛddhi.
Why is ach taken? All right. That question I have to look at why, okay? Offhand, I don't know. Give me 1 second. Let me see if I can spot something. This is questioning why Panini chose the word ach. That is always a little harder because Panini has reasons we may not know immediately. Give me a second. Let me see if I can find something. See, you're saying only this can take vṛddhi. A cannot become I. O cannot become O. Why not?
Aren't they vṛddhi letters?
Huh?
Can A take vṛddhi?
So I don't know. I'm just throwing one okay up. You have a question, I'm throwing an answer. I don't know if that's the right answer, but that's my immediate thinking because Panini would not do it just like that. And second, you know what? Ach is so well known. It's so much easier to deal with ach than ak in a way. No length is changed. There's no effort involved. So Panini would have considered a lot of things making sutra. So offhand, I don't want to second a guess on it.
I'll check, yeah.
You know, but if we go and look, we might find some reasons written by some commentator. Typically, somebody would have thought like you and come up with a reason. Okay.
And when we use for example, in that example that you gave, I drive the driver. So is driver also karta in that sentence?
Okay. The driver is a karta. I who make the driver drive, I'm also a karta. I'm a causative karta, he's a plain karta. So technically, we will call that fellow a karta. I will be called ni karta. Niche, you know, ni karta. Or hetu karta. Hetu is the word. Technical word is hetu. But when we talk grammatically, we'll say ni karta. Ani karta, ni karta.
Okay.
Yeah.
Both will be one.
Because the fact is, both are doers. As I told you, if there's a crime, who gets a bigger punishment? Who is the real karta? Ni karta is the real karta. Therefore, that's the sutra. 1.4.55 says what? Swatantraha karta 1.4.54, right? And tat prayojakaha hetuscha. Tat prayojakaha hetuscha. Now, since you ask a question, I will go one step further now. If you look in 1.4, the first sutra in 1.4 is called Akadarat Eka Sanya. This is a more advanced topic. But the whole point is what? This Akadarat Eka Sanya runs probably from 1.4 to end of 2.2, I think. I don't remember offhand. Yeah, 2 to 38. Okay. What it means is this. From 1.4, if you go to actually, if you go to 2 to 38, you will find Kadaraha Karmadharaye. Sutra is that, okay? Kadara means up to Kadara. That's how you have to understand. Kadarat Eka Sanya. So go back. This from 141 to 22 end, a Sanya should have only one meaning. It should not have multiple meanings. That's the normal rule. Means I cannot have two names. But yet, when it comes to our friend 1.4.55, it gets a second name. First name it gets is because you go back, sorry, not go back, go forward. This sutra says Swatantraha Karta. Karta is a Sanya. Karta is a Sanya. Therefore, among Kartas, Karakeshu, Madhye, among all Karakas, Yat Swatantraha, that which is independent, that gets the name Karta. Is that clear? Okay. Therefore, the word Karta should not be given to anybody else now, really, strictly, because it's Eka Sanya. But then, the next sutra says what? Tat prayojakaha cha. Chakarat, Kartra Sanya also come to this Hetu. So the one who impels the Karta gets the name Hetu, and he also carries forward the name Karta. Therefore, this Nikarta has two names, Sanyas. One is Karta and one is Hetu. Spashtam va? Yes.
One follow-up question on what Mahita was asking.
Okay.
If you have a sentence that says Aham Vahakam Vahayami.
Aham Vahanam Vahakam Vahayami. Correct.
So
That should be right.
Vahakam would be karma. Vahakam would be the driver, but it isn't karma in the context of 2-1.
No. See, Vahaka. Now, you meant Vahaka is driver, correct? How do we get the word Vahaka? We have to look at it. You take Vahadhatu and you add Kartari Nul. Nul Pratyaya is Nit. Like Karaka. Vaha will become Vahaka by Ataupadhaya. By Ataupadhaya. Are you with me?
Yes.
Therefore, what does Vahaka mean? One who drives. And Aham Vahakam Vahayami. Not Vahami. Vahayami. I cause him to drive. It will be correct. No trouble with that.
Yes, Swamiji, but Vahakam would be 2-1 in the sentence. 2-1.
Vahakam would be
2-1.
correct.
But then it's not a karta. It is in.
Hey, you're confusing two things now. This is a very, very fundamental problem, okay? A word can have any vyutpatti. Now I say, karta. What is the vyutpatti? Kartari. So are you telling me I cannot use the word kartru in second case? That would be terrible. Then you don't need karta, kartaro, kartara. Only you need one karta and finished. Over. Not true. Any word can be used in any case in a context. The word karta, the word itself has an inbuilt meaning of the doer of an action. But the doer of an action can be a karma or can be an adhikarana or can be sampradana, can be a padana, can be anything. Therefore, the word vahaka is a driver, no question about it. But whether he is a karma in a sentence, suppose I say vahakaha vegena vahayati vahanam. Now vahakaha is in kartri and it's also prathama vibhakti. He is kartari and is karta in a sentence also. But if I say vahakam anaya, then vahaka became a karma. If I say vahake kimasti, in that driver, what is there? What sense does he have? Then it becomes adhikarana. Vahakaya, get the fine, fine receipt, give it to him. Vahakaya, dadatu. He became a sampradana. Therefore, any word can go in any sense in a sentence. You have to distinguish two things. In what sense in a sentence the word fits in, and what is the innate sense in which the word is derived. Two things. Spashtam?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
This difference is very important. Don't lose that differential. Because every word can be derived with pratyaya by connecting some karaka, kridantas. But in what sense they are used is completely free. Anything else? All right, should we stop? I'm happy. I hope other than those who ask questions, others are also able to follow today. Right? So we didn't cover too much ground, but we covered a lot of ground. No new ground really, except T, probably. And what is prayoj, hetu, and main thing is applying. And how the sanadya dhatavaha come. So whatever we saw for 10th gaṇa and causative will also apply for anything between 317 and 3122. You have to create a new dhatu and start afresh. That will apply everywhere. So it's very useful to know. Now I don't have to teach you how to do sun, how to do yang. Same method. Only I have to teach you how to add and get some result. Method remains same. This is how Panini works. You build building blocks, and by the time you built a few things, you suddenly know you have a huge range of things you can do now. So we'll look further into this nyat a little more next time. We'll see what we can do after that. My mind always changes when I look at people in the class. Depending on what I see, my mood will decide what will happen that day. So we'll decide what to do when we come next week. But very likely we'll continue with this. Okay? And I'm very happy. Those of you who asked questions, I'm very happy because it means at least some of them are following what I'm saying well. That's a very good thing. The more people who participate, I'm happier. Because I want this to be like a live class. It should not be a dead class. It should all be engaged happily. All neurons should be firing. Then it's fun. Then my neurons will also fire. Otherwise, they are all gone dead, half dead right now. Can't remember Panini Sutras anymore. Okay?
Swamiji, one more question.
Doubt?
Yeah. In the group, like we were trying to do some exercises. So of 3-1. So the dhatu trin, when deriving it in 3-1.
Dhatu?
Anadi. Trinu.
Trin dhatu in which gaṇa?
Anadi.
Sanadi?
Tanadi.
No, I didn't catch still.
Tanadi Gaṇa.
Tanadi. Okay. Trinu himsayam, is it?
Trinu Adane.
Trinu adane. Okay, fine.
So there are like two derivations like Tarnoti and Trunoti.
Karnoti.
Tarnoti and Trunoti.
Okay.
So the rules applied in one of them is,
Give me 1 second. You look at Ashtadhyaya, I guess, right?
yeah.
Let me get it. So we'll look at it together. What happened here? Hey, come on. Taking some time. Okay. Why didn't show me Trinu?
Went up, Swamiji. Yeah.
This one, right? Ubhaya Puditanadhi. Okay. So what is happening is this. There is a guṇa happening in one case and guṇa is not happening in one case.
Yeah.
Right? So karoti, there is no. Okay. Trinu. Okay. Na is there. So here, let's see now what the rules are. There must be one optionality somewhere. That's all. Trinu adane. Sheshat kartari pasnepadam. Okay. Tanadi krinjbhya yudhu. Okay. This is trinoti. This is clean. No, tarnoti, right? Yeah, this is tarnoti. That is clean. What is trinoti coming from now? He didn't apply Puganta Lagupadasya for some reason.
Yeah.
Question is why?
Yeah. So, I mean,
Okay.
some of us.
Okay. Let's see. Give me 2 seconds. Three. Urnote vibhasha. What is urnote? Trinaha im. What is trinaha im? I will look for it. Offhand, I don't know.
Okay.
Okay. But we can look for 3. Let's see. 7390 first. That may be a good bet. Let me check. See, what happens is this. We are sitting at 7386. This is our sutra. Okay. Now, if this sutra is somehow not happening, you expect somewhere around this, there'll be a fellow who will give you the reason for it. Okay. That's the way I'm looking for it. So I go further. I'm looking for an optionality. And the optionality comes with the word va, vibhasha. So urnotehe. What is urnotehe now? This is only about urna. That's not helping us. Then guṇaha prakte. The examples for this urnotehe again won't help here. And what is there after that? Trinaha im is there. This may not help, but let us see. Im agama bhavati. That's not what we want. But it won't help us anymore here. So I don't know offhand. What this is. I will have to fish around a little.
So some rule might give an optional derivation.
Okay, give me 2 more minutes. I want to see if I can resolve the matter right now. Okay. Otherwise, it'll weigh my head down later. Trip 558. People want to leave can leave, okay? I won't mind anybody if you're leaving. It's already late. Okay, Trinumodane. Maybe this also is there. Guna Paksha. There's some Paksha here. Okay, give me a second. Ye Bhasha. Janagana Assam. Okay. Ye Bhasha is coming somewhere. Shanu Adani. Okay. Chinucha. Chinucha is what now? Uprati. Okay. There is some rule which may not be explicitly here. It may be a Vartika, which means it's not a sutra, but somebody would add a rule later as a Vartika.
Okay.
Very likely it'll fit there. I will look. I don't want to hazard, but I'm not going to spend too much time, effort on it. If it's found, it's fine. If not, we know there's some rule and we'll leave it there. Because these things can take enormous time and still you may end up with nothing. So I'm not interested in doing it. We'll see what comes out. I'll let you know. Hopefully I'll find out. I'll let you know.
Because some of us derived one form and then some of us
No, if
derived
you found Trinoti, I'm fine with it. If you don't get, sorry, Tarnoti, I'm fine. Trinoti, if you didn't get, ignore for now. Understand there is some Vikalpa for Guna.
Okay.
And that Vikalpa is there in the language. That's why it's showing. I saw in Ashtadhyayi some other things also like that, which I could not find reason why. He doesn't tell you why a sutra didn't apply. There is a Vikalpa why he doesn't say why the Vikalpa didn't come. So I'll look. If I find something, I will come back to you.
Sure. Okay.
But general rule in your exercises, stay within this boundaries of our class. Don't try to go beyond because you can get into more trouble. That's my general suggestion. And normally people will have, so that it'll be like a worm in the ear, okay? It won't leave you. It'll take a lot of your time, but you will get nothing more out of it. Better to spend time on the utsarga and get it cleared up. Apavadas, let them be.
Okay.
When we study more, you'll get something. That's a better way to spend our time, is my thinking, okay? Because I want you to spend 20% effort and get 80% result. 80% result effort for 20% remain that you can do. That I will leave it to you. I will focus on a 20 effort and 80 result. That's where we'll go. Okay.
Okay, Swamiji. Thank you.
All right. Anything else? Stop the recording then.